Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my esteemed subscribers. You're loved, celebrated, and of course appreciated. So, I was so happy when I stumbled upon this, Your Majesties. The expression is all over my face, right? I came across something and I said, "Yeah, I need to show this to you because I just love the energy around the continent right now. That people are not sentimental. People are just they've seen, you see, they say when you've suffered a lot, you tend to learn, and that's learning from your mistakes. And I think lots of African youths have learned from mistake of the past. When I talk about mistake, I'm talking about electing leaders, election democracy, electing leaders that that end up betraying nations, okay? And then the trust that they have for these leaders. Most of the times when it's time for campaign, you see these leaders up and down telling you this is what they're going to do when they win the election. They try to, they try to I wanted to use the word persuading, but that's the correct word to use. They try to deceive youth into voting them into power, because that's deception. Because of course most of the promises that you give to this youth, most of the promises that you make, you are not going to fulfill. They are aware of it. The oath you take, of course, that oath, you're not bound to that oath. Like I told you, taking oath with the Bible, the Quran does not even shake them anymore. They come lie to your face, take this oath, and they go about doing what they want to do, enriching themselves and their families. They don't care about the masses that vote them anymore. I'm happy that youth have understood the whole game, and I think the situation have made them become so matured that they have crossed that particular stage. They are now in the stage of whoever the good leader is my leader. Now, why am I saying all this? Nigerians are claiming Ibrahim Traore to be their president right now, and I just love. There's this feeling I'm having about this whole situation, that Nigerians will say, "Okay, see, guys, Burkina Faso, this president is not just for you; he is also our president, and we are happy that he is representing us." Recently, during the military parade in Russia, some people are like, they didn't see Tinubu there, they didn't see Jagaban there, and Nigerians are telling the people now that, oh, our president is there representing us in his capacity, and that president is Ibrahim Traore. Let's listen to this real quick, just a short clip, and then we'll take it off from there.
Those Burkina Faso people asking us Nigerians that where is our president? Why is he not at a victory parade in Russia? Our president is there, and his name is Captain Traore. His name is Ibrahim Captain Traore. He's our president too. It's not just your president. He's our own too. So stop asking where is our president. He's representing the whole Africa. So leave all this one. Burkina Faso is our brother. So don't think that we Nigeria don't have a president. We have a president. And our president name is Ibrahim Traore. And nothing you can do about it.
Your Majesties, how did you feel while you were listening to this? I don't know how you feel, but I was so happy. I was so happy that at this point, African youths are saying, even though we have somebody in our nation that is the 001, we acknowledge Ibrahim Traore as our president, regardless. Like, we might have president, of course we have, but Ibrahim Traore is our president. And this is not just coming from Nigerians alone. When you listen to other African youths, listen to Kenyans, I think the love that Kenyans have for Ibrahim is even more than the love that Burkina Faso have for Ibrahim Traore. I'm telling you the truth, because there was some short clip I saw where Kenyans were, flying around Ibrahim Traore's picture on the buses, okay? I think the one they call Matatu. There were Ibrahim Traore's picture on these buses. And I'm like, the way Kenyans love Ibrahim, Kenyans, you love Ibrahim so much. And it's a thing of joy. And that's why there are some things I always say here. I say, I'm happy to be alive at this time, okay, where I'm seeing this drastic change. Like things just changed drastically. These were people who normally wouldn't have, bothered themselves to come and say, okay, but they are interested. Youths are now interested in this whole politics game. And that is what is changing the narrative at this point in the continent of Africa. That is why a leader, an assassination was planned, and the youth took it up. And they are saying, if you touch this man, all hell would be let loose upon you all, pink faces. If you touch Ibrahim Traore, things would change. We won't take it lightly with you. I'm happy that we at this point are seeing the hypocrisy of the West, and we are sitting up, buckling up, and trying to fix the issues within us, and putting our heads together for the betterment of ourselves and that of the continent of Africa. Now, what is the implication? What is the implication? Because when you look at these puppet leaders, they will never be happy that their citizens are denouncing them and accepting this young man, Ibrahim Traore, who is not their president, but the, but the military leader, the president of another country. Now, this is where the hate, the enmity is coming from. And should it be like that? No, because when you see someone younger than you, in every aspect, doing what you cannot do, I know there is this temptation of hating on the person, but a good leader who wants the best, a Pan-African leader who wants the best for their nation, will definitely support that young man that is doing that which he or she cannot do. Your Majesties. There was some little information I came across where there was a Pan African who was talking about how Nigeria, the Nigerian president, had, banned, like Jagaban has banned Pan Africanism in Nigeria um, because of Ibrahim Traore's issue, which is glaring, it's clear. Now, prior to that time, there was a time where if you voice out and criticize the government, it was like the Nigerian government came out and they are like, you do not have the right to criticize the government of Tinubu. You do not have the right. When you criticize the government, they're going to sanction you. So it's not just Nigeria. There are other African countries that is like that. I think Rwanda is the same. I don't know, but I got some information from a Rwandese that they are unable to talk. When they talk, they will fish them out. They look for them. They'll fish them out. And then you saw exactly what happened to um, Dr. Mumbi. Okay. You saw what happened to her, how she was taken, and all thanks to the Almighty and the ancestors, nothing happened to her. Her life was saved, but she was targeted. Why was she targeted? Because she was always fishing out. She was always bringing out, like exposing the flaws of the president. And it's something that happens everywhere. Now, these democratic leaders do not want you to criticize them. They don't want you to talk about them. When they are doing good or doing bad, they want you to agree that everything is as it is or as it should be. But is that how it is? No. There are points in leadership where things will definitely fall apart. There's no leadership system that do not have its flaws. Both Ibrahim Traore and how he's leading, there might be one or two things he might do that the people might not like. There might be one or two things he do that he might not get it right. Okay, but when the people see that you are seriously putting effort as a leader, they will support you, and that is exactly the message that African youths are sending to their leaders. Put in the effort. Let us see you put in the effort, and we are ready to go all in to support you. Put in the effort, and we will go all in to support you. This is a message that African youths are sending to African African leaders, democratic leaders. Okay. Now, there was something Ibrahim Traore said in one of his discussion that I want to draw your mind to. He said that there is no way that African countries can succeed under democracy. Is exactly what I have been saying here while we had discussions. I told you that democracy is just a way to continue imperialism, colonialism, and whatever you want to call it. Ibrahim Traore himself is aware of this, and that is why they try their best to demonize other form of leadership, making you feel like you do not have other form of leadership prior to their democracy. But that's a lie. We have our rulership system. I keep saying it here. We have our rulership system. We have our way of ruling prior to the when the white man came in contact with our ancestors. We had our monarchy system working perfectly, even though it has its downside. Because, like I told you, there's no leadership system that does not have its downside. Even though it has its downside, it was not as worse as this democracy that we keep talking about. And it is quite unfortunate that there are people, prominent people you look up to, and they tell you that what is happening in the Sahel might be good, but it is wrong because they took power by force. Now, do you think that there will be a change in the Sahel if nothing was done by force? This is a question I want you to answer honestly from your heart. Do you think there would be any change? Do you think the Sahel would have grown as the Sahel had grown if there was, you know, nothing done by force? It was because something was done by force that this change came. There are times in life, there are situations that you need to take the force, that drastic step. You need to take that step by force so that something can change. If you keep sitting and waiting and say, okay, I'm not going to do anything by force, you see that things will keep crashing out, and what do you expect? Of course. So this is the information, and I said, okay, let's just have a little discussion about it here. That citizens of different countries in the continent of Africa are saying to Ibrahim Traore and Burkina Faso that, see, Ibrahim is not just your president. Ibrahim is our president. So Nigerians are saying Ibrahim is your president. You see why I was telling you that during this ECOWAS war, war between the Sahel and the ECOWAS, I was like, a lot of Nigerians do not support what their president was up to. A lot of Nigerians do not support it. They support the wind of change in the Sahel. And that's exactly what we are seeing here. The Nigerians are saying, come on, Burkina Faso is not just your leader. He is our leader. And he's not just the leader of a particular place, he's the leader of the whole of Africa. And this should this should be a sign of a wake-up call, rather, to all African leaders, all the African leaders who see Ibrahim Traore as their child. You should be challenged that your child is able to do what you are not able to do. There are leaders in Africa who have been leaders for 30, 35 to 40 years. They have not done a quarter of what Ibrahim had done. Do not get it twisted. They have done their best in their own way. But when you look at the way things are gradually changing and drastically changing, goodness gracious me. Yeah, oh my goodness. Oh my, oh my. So what do you think about the situation? Leave your thoughts and opinion there at this section. I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive always. Your Majesties. Bye for now.